And I'm just pausing to listen for a moment because it looks like they've now completed the oath, and there was an announcement of such. And now we see some of the people here leaving, so that just left behind will be the Cardinals. Claudia, walk us through who these people are who are leaving and how we expect this to all unfold now. And we see, of course, the Vatican guards there ready as well.
Well, that's right, Anna. Now, everyone who's not involved in the actual election needs to leave the Sistine Chapel. And just as we saw at the last cardinal swear the oath, I heard a big round of applause right behind me in St. Peter's Square because there's a lot of people actually watching this moment, this historic moment, on Maxi screens in St. Peter's Square. So now everybody is leaving, and after the cardinal electors are left inside, they will close the doors. But before the closing of the doors, there will be the famous phrase pronounced, the extra omnes, that is Latin for everyone out. And then we'll see those doors closing, and from that moment on, the cardinal electors will be completely isolated from the world, and they will have only one mission, that is to elect the new Pope, Anna.
Deborah, as we watch this too, the Vatican guards stand by, also known as the elite Swiss guards who are watching there. Can you talk to us about the history of that?
Well, the Swiss guards have had the role of protecting the Pope, and generally it's very ceremonial, but we need to think back in the 1500s when there was the sack of Rome, and many lost their lives trying to protect the Pope. So when push comes to shove and there's been a critical moment, a dangerous moment in history, they've had to actually give up their lives in order to protect the Pope. So even if right now we're seeing them standing there, it's a very significant, serious role.
This is a big moment, right? We're about to see this conclave begin. Those doors are about to close. The Vatican guards left behind to stand by outside that room. Let's just listen in. Doors are closed and guided by, or with the help of the Virgin Mary, I know, being part of the thinking and the history, the theology of all of this. Claudio, do they go vote now?
Well, what I can tell you, Anna, it was another round of applause there in the square as soon as I saw those doors closing, because I've followed 3 conclaves, and it always sends shivers down my spine when I see this moment, because it's so historical. There's so much tradition behind this, isn't that, Deborah? It's like watching history unfold, and even though it's always the same tradition, it just gets to you, doesn't it?
Yes.
So right now, that's it. We're not going to see anything and we're not going to know anything of what's happening inside the Sistine Chapel until we will see white smoke coming out, and until we will see the new Pope coming out of the balcony. So, Deborah, what's happening right now inside the Sistine Chapel?
Right now, Claudio, what is happening is that there will be a meditation, the second one since the Pope has died, of Cardinal Raniero Cantalamessa. He used to be the former preacher of the papal household, and he will speak to the cardinals gathered in that room about the very serious responsibility they have in front of them in terms of being about who they should pick to lead the Catholic Church and who's the right individual for that. So certainly that will take a little bit of time. So the voting probably wouldn't have to take place immediately, but it'll certainly give them some food for thought and make them reflect about this decision before them.
Yeah, Father, just seeing those doors close, it was sort of a powerful moment. What were you thinking?
I'm thinking right now of how they must be, or a lot of them. I mean, I imagine the first thing that I would do if I were one of them is begin to pray. say, okay, well, we've done our preparation, and now it's kind of like it marks the beginning of a new phase in this whole process, this whole ritual. And, imagine sitting there and also thinking of all the past conclaves. Some of those cardinals have been in past conclaves, this is their first one, and they're kind of taking the torch. Okay, now it's our turn to try and discern together which one of us will be the best choice to lead the church, to continue to kind of inspire the 1.3 billion Catholics throughout the world to live their faith. So that sense of, okay, with the door closing, a new phase of this process has begun. I'm part of it. And I imagine just asking the Holy Spirit for the grace so they can do a good job, do the best they can, to listen to each other, to discern, to be guided, and just to be in that place. They must be humbled, to kind of be such a, the Catholic Church has been around for 2,000 years. So these types of things have been happening. And every generation, it's just some more people, more human beings just like us, who kind of take the torch and carry it forward. Imagine there's a lot of different emotions that are going through their hearts and their minds right now.
Yeah, no one knows at this moment who that next person will be. I know, Claudio, you interviewed the Pope's tailor in anticipation of whoever is selected. He's got vestments in multiple sizes ready to go, right? Tell us about what you learned.
Well, it's such a small tailor shop, just steps away from the Vatican in Borgo Pio. There's the small area just around here at the Vatican. And he prepared 3 white cassocks, one is small, medium, and one large, because obviously we're not going to know until the last minute who the Pope is going to be. So they just want to make sure that the cassock fits them. And then yesterday the Vatican released some video from inside the Sistine Chapel where we saw those cassocks hanging on a clothes rack. So it was very cute because there was people could just go in and see him working on these cassocks. There was no secrecy. Certainly, it's not as secret as the conclave itself. So it was very fascinating to see the behind the scenes of making of a cassock and also all these details. He told me that in theory there should be 33 buttons on the cassock. Obviously, the years of Christ. Even though he said that these days, it's maybe 28, 29 because I don't know, just for fashion or garment needs. So there's all these little, we can see them right there actually.
Yeah.
Anna, they are there hanging on the in the Room of Tears. That's right. This is a sacristy behind the Sistine Chapel. It's called the Room of Tears, Deborah, because popes weep when they get there.
Such an emotional moment that yes, it's gotten that reputation over the years. So the Sala delle Lacrime. So yes, exactly, the Room of Tears. It has this.
This is where exactly after a cardinal receives the 2/3 of the votes and is elected pope, then in this case the senior cardinal bishop Pietro Parolin will ask him, do you accept? If the cardinal accepts, then he becomes pope, and then he will be taken back to the sacristy. Actually, first he's asked which name he wants to be known as pope. As we know, Cardinal Bergoglio wanted to be known as Pope Francis, Cardinal Ratzinger wanted to be known as Benedict XVI, and so forth. And then they've been taken to that sacristy behind the Sistine Chapel, where they will, where he will wear for the first time the white cassock. Then he will go back into the Sistine Chapel, receive the congratulations from the other cardinals, and then after an hour, we will see him appear on the central loggia, the central balcony of St. Peter's Square, where the world will know who was elected Pope.
And we see all these people there in St. Peter's Square just waiting with the rest of the world who are watching these images, keeping an eye on that chimney on the Sistine Chapel's rooftop. And we know the stoves are ready to burn the ballots in this first vote. One vote coming today. And so, Kim, if they don't agree on a pope today, and I don't think many people are expecting that to happen, what happens after that? Is there campaigning? Do we know, are they secluded? What takes place?
Well, they go back to the Casa Santa Marta tonight. And again, I think this is a very prayerful time for everybody. We've talked a lot about the solemnity of what they're experiencing right now. They come back in the morning for Mass. There will be 2 votes tomorrow in the morning, and then 2 votes tomorrow if needed in the afternoon. And so you can see smoke at various times during the day, in the middle of the day, and then again around this time again tomorrow night, potentially. So I think in many ways you think about the fact that they've done their discernment, they've done their prayer, and now it's the time to make the decision, and that's what we're seeing right now.